say that he wanted 2 bars.
2 bars, yeah. Just 2 bars. Are we on?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, we're live. Okay, well. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our anniversary and birthday Shabbat. It is also, we read Parashat Tetzaveh this week, and also we have quite the reverb here, don't we? And also Shabbat Zachor. We will begin this evening's service on page 13 with Shalom Aleichem. Alice, do you know Shalom Aleichem?
Alice, do you know Shalom Aleichem?
We will soon. Okay.
Do you know it?
I don't know if that's distracting for anybody else. The reverb? No. Okay, that's fine. It's not too awful? Okay.
It's a little
Say what?
different, but it's not.
Okay, good. All right, we'll sing together, okay? All right. Page 13. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashamayim, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamayim, Hakadosh Baruch. Bo'achem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamayim, Hakadosh Baruch. Baruchuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamayim, Hakadosh Baruch. Seiftem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamayim, Hakadosh Baruch. Thank you, Alice. Very nice. He'll be bat mitzvah time in no time, right? We will continue on the page. Page 20. Please rise for Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid, avu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, avu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, avu l'Adonai kavod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai behadam, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayshaber Adonai et arzei halavanon, vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon v'Sirion kemo ven reimim, kol Adonai chotzev lahavotesh, kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholel hayarot, vayechesof yeharot, uvechalo kulo omer kavod. yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You may be seated. And we continue with Lechado D on page 21. Lechado D likratala pnei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishbianu elam yuchad Adonai echad ושמו אחד לשם מולטיפרת ולתהילה לחדודי שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלי חמלה לחדודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה התנערי מיפרקו מלבשי בגדי תפארתך מעל יד בן ישי בית הלך מקורבה אל נפשי נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. Next page. לא תבושי ולא תקהל ממתיש תוכחי ומטה מבך יחסו עניי עמי ונינתה יראתי לה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה והיו למשיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. Please rise. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה וצוחלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קהלה פני שבת נקבלה. You may be seated. Is somebody watching the door? Okay. Page 23, we will recite responsively Psalm 92, a song for a Shabbat, in the English. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God, to affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night, to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp. Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation. How vast your works, Adonai. Your designs are beyond our grasp. The thoughtless cannot comprehend. The foolish cannot fathom this. The wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed, for you are supreme forever. Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble. But me you have greatly exalted. I'm anointed with fragrant oil. I have seen the downfall of my foes. I have heard the despair of my attackers. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God. They shall bear fruit even in old age. They shall be ever fresh and fragrant to proclaim, Adonai is just. my rock in whom there is no flaw. 4 lines from the bottom of page 23 in the Hebrew. Tzadik atamar yifrach kerez balvanon iskeshetulim bevet Adonai vechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yanuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Yiu Leagid Ki Yashar Adonai Suri Tsuri Velo Avlatabo. Again, we'll recite responsively in the English on page 24. Adonai is sovereign, crowned with splendor. Adonai reigns, robed in strength. You set the earth on a sure foundation. You created a world that stands firm. Your kingdom stands from earliest time. You are eternal. The rivers may rise and rage. The waters may pound and pulsate. The floods may swirl and storm. Yet above the crash of the sea and its mighty breakers is Adonai, our God, supreme. Your decrees, Adonai, never fail. Holiness befits your house for eternity. Eidotechanenu me'od lebetecha na'ave kodesh, Adonai liorech yamim. We'll now ask all mourners and those observing yahrzeit to please rise and join me in the Mourner's Kaddish on page 24. Middle of the page. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alama divara kirute, v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shmei dekudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shivata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alama v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. At this point in our service, it is our custom to share todot, to those things that we may be grateful for in the last week, or maybe something we're looking forward to. As per our custom, I'll break the ice and share. Oh, good, Alice, you got something. So, yesterday was a long day for me. I was in an accident, and about 2 hours later, it dawned on me that had the vehicle that hit me been just a fraction of a second later, they would have probably killed me. As it turns out, I'm fine. The vehicle is not. But usually I'm up here just thankful for, taking another breath, being here another week, in wonder and awe about the little miracles that happen to us every day that keep us alive. But this week I had a bit of a scare, and I am fine. I don't have any any issues physically, although I did suffer a night of very strange and scary dreams. But if that's all that comes of it, then I am very thankful indeed. So, Alice, you have something. I will come to you.
So I'm looking forward to the Purab Carnival on Sunday at our temple.
At Magal.
Yeah, Magal.
Uh-huh.
And I'm very excited for it.
Very good. That's something to be excited for. Yes.
My garden plot has been weeded.
Ooh, was that something that you did, or did it just happen?
I helped.
Oh, Alice helped. Great. Awesome.
Believe me.
Yeah, that's. Yes, the weeds just happen. It's true. Anyone else? Anyone else? You get to echo. Anybody? No? No? Sure.
Well, on Monday, I will have a granddaughter who will have her birthday and be 10 years old. And then on Saturday, I will have a grandson who will have a birthday, and he will be 10 years old.
Wow.
How could I forget about that? I'm such a...
It's okay. We forgive you. It's all right. Anyone else? No? Okay. So for those who shared and those who were too bashful to share, we will rise and we'll share in Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, granting us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this day. And we say, Amen. You may be seated. And at this time, I'd like to offer a Mishiperach for all of our those congregants and those of our friends who are ill. So I'll direct you to Debbie Friedman's Mishiperach on the back cover of your Siddur. And we will sing the first paragraph, and then we'll list our names, and then we'll finish with the second paragraph. Mishiperach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength be who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Anyone have any names? Yes. Anyone else?
I'll say myself.
Yes? Larry Gilbreth, Judy Ayers, Teresa Calla, Audrey Dash, Ross Dutton, Loretta Scher, Michelle Gurovich, Murray Schaffner, Harlene Schreck, Leslie Schulsinger, Katrina Williams, Mona Bachov, Rob Seltzer, Label Ben Margalit, Liba Shlomit Rachel Bat Margalit, Feivel Shlomo Ben Devora, Yisrael Ben Etel, Sean Nichols, Colton Nichols, Jackson Nichols, Herb Weissman, Suzette Weissman, Herb Bennett, Claudia Young, Natan David Ben Tilly. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now turn to page 28 and rise for the beginning of Kriyat Shema, the blessings before and after the Shema, including the Shema, of course, which begins with Baruch Hu, page 28. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom ubein laila. Adonai tzavahot shemo, el chai v'kayam tamidim loch aleinu leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai, amari v'ravim. Amen, yes. Page 29, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amchavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limata, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, B'shochveinu v'kumeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uv'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu, V'yorech yameinu, Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, Yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai
quietly to ourselves the second paragraph of the Shema, and then we will join together on the third paragraph on the next page. Page 31. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'amarta alehem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei bigdehem l'dorotam v'natanu al tzitzit hakanaf patil techelet v'haya lachem l'tzitzit Uritem oto, uzkartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, va'asitem otam, velo taturu, acharei levavchem v'acharei nechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, leman tizkaru, va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kedoshim lelohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher otzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Ve'emunah kol zot yivkayim. Page 32. Umalchuto bratzon kibalu alehem, Moshe uvnei Yisrael lechanu shira, besimcha rabba v'yamru chulam, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, norati lot, O Sefele, Malchutecha Rahu Vanecha, Bokei Ayam Lifnei Moshe, Zeli Anu V'Amru, Adonai Imloch Leolam Vaed, V'nehemar Kifada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 33. We will read together in the English. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all God's people Israel, and over Jerusalem. We'll continue on page 34 with Vishamru. Please rise. Larry's on top of it. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, oti leolam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, ki sheshet yamim, asa Adonai, et hashamayim, ve'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi, Shabbat vayi nafash. Uvayom hashvi, Shabbat vayi nafash. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalama divra kirute, v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, uv'izman kariv, v'imru amen. Yeshmei Rabba mevarach, le'alam ul'alamei alamaya yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shmei kudsha brichu, le'la min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alama, v'imru amen. We will continue with the Amidah for Shabbat Mariv on page 35b. It concludes on page 38. When you have completed your devotion, you may be seated. anyone still davening the Amidah, please feel free to continue. For everyone else, we will continue on page 47 with Vayechulu, the pseudo repetition of the Amidah. Please rise. Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz ve'chol tzevam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi vaykadesh oto. I just lost my place. I'm sorry. Vayechulu hashamayim. Vayechulu hashamayim ve'haaretz ve'chol tzvam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi mikol melachto asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi vaykadesh oto kivo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'anora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim va'aretz. Magen avot bidvaro, mechaye metim b'mamaro, ha'el hakadosh she'ein kamohu, hameniach le'amo, b'yom Shabbat kodsho, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, lefanav navod bira v'pachad, v'nodeh lishmo bechol yom tamid, me'on habrachot, el haodahot, Adon HaShalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, Umvarech Shavi, Umediach Bikdusha, Le'amedu Shnei Oneg, Zecher, Lemase, V'Reishit. On page 48, we will read together in the English. Our God and God of our ancestors, find favor in our Shabbat rest. Instill in us the holiness of your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our portion. Fill our lives with your goodness, and gladden us with your triumph. Cleanse our hearts so that we might serve you faithfully. Lovingly and willingly, Adonai our God, grant that we inherit your holy Shabbat, so that the people Israel, who hallow your name, will always find rest on this day. Praised are you, Adonai, who hallows Shabbat. V'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu, v'yahava v'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha, v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. You may be seated. Kaddish Shalem, middle of page 48. יתקרא ויקרא שמי רבה, ביאמה דברה קירותי, וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובמכון חיינו כל בישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן, יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צלות ההון ובאות ההון דכל ישראל קודם אבהון דבישמיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. In this week's Parsha, Tetzaveh, the detailed descriptions of the priesthood in the Torah give us insight into the hierarchical, societal, or society of our ancient ancestors. While there were groups assigned distinct tasks, for example, the Kohanim and the Levites, in our time we can learn from this parasha that each of us must find our appointed task in the continuing chain of Jewish life. History does, in fact, teach us that our people have always been committed to the performing of mitzvot. In our time, this means reflecting and then committing ourselves to Torah, to learning, avodah, devotion, and gemilut chasidim, deeds of loving kindness. In this sense, we are all priests, bearers of God's light. The Ner Tamid, eternal flame, is not only a symbol in the sanctuary, it is also a burning flame within us that ignites our passion to repair the world. But this Shabbat is also Shabbat Zachor, which bids us to remember Amalek, the evil nation that attacked the rear of Israel's column after crossing the Sea of Reeds. By targeting the unprotected stragglers in the rear, the elderly, the infirm, the young, the old, they displayed their evil nature and incensed God, who had just saved the very same from the revenge of Pharaoh's army. This Shabbat, we are commanded to remember Amalek. That is to say, remember the evil when it shows itself and do not shrink from it. Rather, we are instructed to face it head on, identify it by the evil that it is, and fight it in defense of those who are innocent and who cannot fight the evil forces on their own. Shabbat Zachor is always observed the Shabbat before Purim because Haman, the evil incarnate in the Purim story, is said to be a descendant of the Amalek nation. So it is fitting that in celebrating the book of Esther and the victory from evil, we also remember and call out the evil in our own world. Zachor. Remember the evil of nations who attack weaker sovereign nations because they can. Zachor. Remember the lies and the liars who divide their neighbors in hopes of gaining or retaining power. Zachor. Remember those who promote and incite violence in a civil society. Zachor. Remember those who blame the victims of poverty, social injustice, racism, or intolerance. Zachor. Remember those who obstruct the fair process of justice, regardless of race or social class. Zachor. Remember those who prey on the weak and manufacture stumbling blocks for the blind. Zachor. Remember those who deny or whitewash the evils of the past. Shabbat Shalom. a lighter note, we will remember Shabbat with Kiddush. Ooh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Please rise and turn to page 49 for Kiddush, Shabbat Kiddush. Birshit Chaverai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikrahei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta, yotanu kitashta, mikol amim, v'shabat kodshecha, v'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Aleinu on page 51. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet kedula leotzeh breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vahanachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו וזולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. This week, this week, We commemorate the yard sites of Larry Gilbreth, Carlos Rodriguez, Gertrude Allman, Irene Berman, Seema Levine, and Joseph Davids. What? Jesse Brown. Is that your classmate? Okay, that's not a yard site. That's you're in mourning. Okay. But it's good that you Zachor, you remember him. That's good. Is it him or her? Him. Okay. May the faith that binds us to our loved ones be a continuing source of comfort as we invite those who mourn and those observing yahrzeit to please rise and join me in praise of God's name with the words of the Kaddish, middle of page 52. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah Bi'alama divara kirute v'yamlich malchute B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam ulalmei alamaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekusha brichu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alama v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Tonight, this Shabbat, we celebrate, we remember our birthdays in March, Oswald, and also the anniversaries. So our anniversaries this month are Osvaldo Gonzalez and Wanda Garcia, Herb and Suzette Weissman, and Bo and Susan Geller. And our birthdays this month are Herb Weissman, Mary Rufa, Larry Kaplan is on the 20th. Is that correct?
It is.
Good. I like to check every once in a while. And Leslie Gordon, Kevin Colley, and Stan Levine. And we wish everyone a happy birthday. So we will honor them all with cake in the back after services and a few other niceties. And we will conclude tonight's services on page 54 with a Adonalom, and this is in honor of all of our birthdays and anniversaries. Adonolam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa v'chefza kol azai melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת אישן והעירה ועם רוחי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא אירא. Shabbat shalom, everyone, and happy birthday to all our March birthday celebrants, and happy anniversary to all our March anniversary celebrants. And we will meet you in the back for cake and goodies. Yay! And Alice, for all of you out there, Alice is happy. So if you want to know what it sounds like on Facebook, that reverb is what you hear when you watch the stream. You hear that same reverb. It's kind of, you heard it, right? Yeah. There's just a little
Echo.
yeah, it's an echo reverb. Yeah. Sounds like I'm singing down long tube.
Or in your case, a tall tube.
Say what?
In your case, a tall tube. I
Not in the
understand.
back yet. You could just get
Yeah, you go to sleep.
for the owning. You're actually waiting.
I don't think I can eat the cake.
So Alice, when do you start your bat
It
mitzvah
looks
training?
nice. I can't eat it, so I'll enjoy watching everyone else eat.
Do we have a date yet? Do we?
Yes.
Okay.
The 2025 Martin
Yes.
Luther King birthday weekend.
Did we get the streaming?
That's all the family can eat it.
Yeah, that works. Could you email or text me that date so I can put it on the calendar?
Okay, it should
All right.
be on the calendar here.
It's on the calendar somewhere. It's not on the website. And that's like gospel. That's what we're called. Huh?
No,
Did it?
that's
We did the whole thing this time.
we figure we'll let her finish the goal this year,
Okay,
and then next year.
we'll start.
But she knows most of the tunes.
You know this, you don't remember this game?
Tunes are easy.
It's the Hebrew stuff.
Yeah, well, it's tough for everybody.
But you heard him, you can just do it in English.
Well, for your bat mitzvah, the things that we do in English, you get the lead in English. Okay?
And the things in Hebrew,
And the things in Hebrew,
you get the lead.
No, she
yeah,
just
you get the lead in Hebrew. And what you're not, you don't feel so confident with, I'll help you.
I'll be there.
We'll sing together. Okay? It'll be fun. Cool. And we'll, so, your brother's bar mitzvah, when is that?
It'll be the year after.
It'll be the year after.
Yeah.
Well, we might, we might start with both of them at the same time. Just to give them more time. Is that,
No,
I don't know, we'll have to see how he is.
okay.
he has told me, because I told him that he'd have to start coming to services. He said he'll start coming to services on things. But I did not bring him to you today because he is not 10 yet, and it doesn't matter that
You gotta be
you're
consistent, that's it.
celebrating the
Very
March
good with
birthdays. Even though this is March birthdays, his birthday has not happened, therefore he is not 10, therefore he's,
Hey, hey.
that's how his mind works.
You gotta,
That's why.
that's right, and you gotta choose your battles. That's not one that's worth. Okay. Time for sweet stuff. Time for sweet stuff. Does it look good to Alice?